where is the voice of the women, of the feminine. I like, for example, the halacha, like they all come from rabbis, and from great rabbis, that there's a lot of respect to them, but where, you know, where are the women? Like, I just find that Judaism sometimes can be very patriarch, and yeah, and I wonder, like, how would it be if, you know, the Torah would have been cognized by our mothers, by Sarah, by Rivka, instead of Moshe in Mount Sinai? Like, how would the stories be? How, like, yeah, like even the way we talk about Hashem is always our king, our father.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's like separate the questions, because
Yes.
that are, you know, many questions. And first of all, I'm not here to answer to anything. I think we're just here to discuss about, you know, about
Yeah.
different ideas, because I'm not pretending to be in a position to answer to anything. But I think that those questions are interesting and are worth being discussed. So first of all, the fact that you're saying that God is referred usually as a masculine entity, that is, I think that it leads to a misconception here. It's the reason why in certain parts of the liturgy is referred as the Father and as the King and as a he. It's because we are in this relationship of you know, being the receiver and he's the giver. So in this context is the masculine energy who's giving to the feminine, because we are the one receiving and he's the one providing. So in this context, it makes him the masculine energy, but it doesn't make him exclusively the masculine power. Just like, you know, in a couple, normally the masculine energy is the one who's providing, and the feminine, the yin, is the one receiving, or like the moon is receiving and the sun is giving. It doesn't mean that the sun is a masculine. It just means that in this context the sun is giving and the moon is receiving. It doesn't make the moon a feminine power. It's neither feminine neither masculine. It's just that in this context, are you kidding me? It's and this context is playing a feminine role or masculine role. Okay, now beyond this, God is neither feminine neither masculine. And when in the liturgy, like in the tefillah, in many places, we see that when we say that we thank God for everything He's providing us, we say Sabenu mituvach, Samchenu bishwatach. All of those grammatically, this is feminine. We are thanking Him for some things that He's doing for us, and we're addressing Him in feminine form grammatically when we are giving those things. So in the liturgy, it's not always expressed as a masculine, but in some parts, specifically like when we do like the prayer of the high holidays, because at this moment we want to redeclare that we accept the royalty of God on earth. So then we refer to him as the masculine power, because he's the provider of the world. Okay? So in that context, we are calling on the masculine qualities of God.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
it doesn't make him a masculine or a feminine. But if you think of all the creative power of God, if you think of the woman, the feminine matrix of a woman that is able to create life. Okay, if this is manifested on a physical plane, it must be coming from a higher power. So if we are able to manifest that as feminine energy, to this creative feminine energy, it means that it's coming from a higher feminine creative energy. So all of the creation, the nurturing in the feeding of, you know, taking care that every bird would have his food, and every tree would get the proper nutrients, and all of this is in one aspect we can say that it's the masculine attribute to give, but really it's the feminine power that is creating this, that is taking care of this.
Of course, and this is what I was going to share, like, because even though we are seeing it as, you know, giving, it's actually coming from creation, and creation is coming from a feminine aspect, right?
Exactly.
We are
But it's so
creating.
intermingled that we tend to compartmentalize so much thing that we forget that everything is everything. The masculine, I mean, there is no such a thing as completely separating the feminine and masculine. It's impossible.
Completely,
Do it as
and I
mother.
agree. Yes, I agree with that. And but for me, what I've just been feeling is that the feminine has been, like, I've heard this concept of the Shekhinah is in exile, or like the feminine, you know, it has been put to a side, and it's true. They're like the masculine and feminine at the end is that echad, is that oneness. But I just feel that, you know, it's important to also acknowledge that feminine energy that Hashem also is, that mother, that mother energy that also provides, like a mother is the one that is creating, like feeding her baby.
The moment you became a mother, you became that tiger mother, that defensive mother. Okay, you felt that there was some protective power that rised in you, and like now you are like this tiger man that's ready to everything to defend her child. Okay, and this is actually a masculine energy. Okay, but but becoming a mother, you integrate all those forces, you know. And I mean, also this is something that you experience a lot, like, I mean, during childbirth, like when we go through natural childbirth, and it's like, it's such an initiatic, can you say that in English?
It's like rite of passage and
Yes,
initiation.
experience that you are gathering, so every ounce of strength that you can find within yourself in order to have these strengths available for the baby when it's coming. And within all those forces that you find within yourself, some of them are masculine power energy that is going to be at service to help you being the best mother you can. So in everything we do and everything we are using everything, really. But it's true that one thing that you're mentioning, and when you said the Shekhinah is in exile, so the Shekhinah is what we commonly, what we usually, sorry for my English French, that we usually call the divine presence on the physical dimension. Okay, and the reason why the Shekhinah, the divine presence, is in exile, is not so incarnated here, it's because that's our role to bring it here. Exactly. And that's the reason why it's actually missing. It's because we don't do our part. And normally, every time we do a mitzvah, like we want to do a mitzvah, we say Leshem Yichud Kudsha Berechu Shchinte. Like we're calling on the union of the divine power that is above, that is the masculine divine power, and the divine feminine power that is below, and we want to unite them. Now the one above is like the one, like, you know, beyond, and the one inside is the one that's supposed to be within. And we're supposed to unite them. Now, if we don't have any within because we're completely disconnected, so for sure we don't see the feminine aspect of the divinity.
Yeah.
And so in that aspect, you're absolutely right to say, where is it? It's because it's inside, it's in here, and it's up to us to embody the feminine divinity. I know some time ago thinking that the amount of love that we are able to have as a mother, and I'm not saying that to diminish in any way the love of a father, which is also very, very strong and very powerful. but the quality of love, let's say, that a mother can have for his child, this quality of love, it must come from something. It has a source. So if we are able to feel this quality of love is able to exist on a physical plane, like manifested by a mother for a child, it means that it's coming from above. It means that it's coming actually from a divine source. So the divine source has those two different quality of love. The feminine quality of love, that is the one that you experience as being a mother, and the quality of love that is more masculine, that a father can experience having. And the child, normally when a child is like really raised in a family that is really balanced and is able to receive an amazing quality of masculine love, masculine, you know, father love, an amazing quality of mother love, then it's like complete complete harmony, because then it's like really receiving different colors of love that are both complementary and are both needed. But and that allows the child to integrate and become one, really. And so necessarily just the fact that we're able to experience so much love for a child, it means that actually God is experiencing that level of love for us.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And then when we realize how, when you think of your daughter, you wouldn't think, oh, my daughter, you know, if you're like this and like that and like that, and you've been a good girl, then I will love you. Otherwise, no. You don't think like that. You say, you know, whatever you're going to be, I'm going to love you. Right? And if you think that you are able to think like that and to feel like that, don't you think that God is actually showing you the amount of unconditional love that he or she has for you? So when you see that this type of unconditional love is possible because you're experiencing it, you realize that this is the type of love, this is how much loved you are by your mother, father, you know. And it's only when we reconnect with that you know, that possibility. Wow, it's possible to be loved unconditionally, that to that extent, you know, by God, that we really experience a complete reconnection, like a complete, oh my God, then okay, so I'm really loved, so even I deserve to be here no matter what. And then I'm able to see my worth no matter what, you know, no matter what I look like, no matter how successful I am or not, no matter how much money I have or not, no matter whatever. It's just my essence, because my godly essence is legitimately given to me. I'm legitimately the child of God. So it's not anymore like it's not anymore I want to be the partner of the divine, I want to be it's really like it's papa mama quoi. It's a family business to do whatever I want to do in this world. Yeah, it's really, you don't do that just because you want to be partner with the divine, which is already one level, but it's because you want to do it because this is your father and mother's house. And you hear you're the daughter of the mother and the king and the queen of the world, and you do it because you want your parents' house to run harmoniously. To remember that the divine aspect really is within. That's the Shekhinah. When God said, "Vasuli migdash v'shachanti betochem," you know, make a sanctuary for me so I can reside among you, within you, inside of you. So that's the whole goal, the whole purpose of everything we do is to make ourselves a temple. So when we work on our physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, energetic health, it's all about the same thing, is to clear the vessel, to make it clean enough to be able to receive that connection, that divine connection. And so God, like the divine presence, is able to stay inside, to reside inside. And then the godly part that is within, that's the feminine aspect.
Beautiful.
And of course we need to embody more the feminine divinity, of course.
Yeah, beautiful.
And so if we find that there is too much of expression of masculine divinity, maybe it's on us to really embody this.
Yeah.
And to take the
No,
place.
it's so